Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Doing, hopefully something, that you might find a little interesting. I might find it a little interesting. We're gonna go down memory lane a little bit here. Uh, I know I'm a little late to the game, but I know the Mistlands update happened and a bunch of other updates have happened to Valheim. You know, myself and friend of the channel and guy you all know, Gavin, we played through that game pretty quick when it first came out. We were in it for a week or two when it first popped, beat the final boss, dinked around a teeny bit, and then kind of I actually forgot about it, but set it to the side. So we're thinking about popping back in, checking out the new update and all that stuff. And I think we're gonna keep our old world and keep going. But I just thought, hey, maybe it'd be fun to go see the evolution of our base building as we went through, because we basically built a base at each boss, more or less, and then we have our final town. So I figured, let's go through. We'll go back and look at each one by one, hopefully in order. I think I remember their order properly. It's been that long, and we'll see what everything looks. Real quick, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come on back, watch more videos. / watch a bunch of the other ones I've got up. Plenty there. Hopefully there's something fun. And also leave a like before you leave. Maybe leave a comment. Helps the channel out a ton. With that out of the way, let's reminisce. Okay. So as you can see, pull up the map here. Well, I'll give you a brief thing here. I have plenty of map left to discover for us, so plenty of Mistlanding. Really, we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna murder you. Thank you. I was trying to talk to the people. Okay. As I was saying, you can see we have quite a lot we could still discover and do in this world. I don't even know how to describe what we did, but we found all the important things. Found my merch, and I got all of the actual bosses on here. Well, up until the newest one that's just been added. I haven't played with that one yet, but you can see it brown near each one of their heads is a home. See, home, home, home. Motor. Is that the new one? I don't remember. We got multiple bone masses. We did not murder this one. Maybe we will. I don't know. And the elder. Home. So. Well, and elder. I mean, like you can see, there we got multiples of some of them. Here's our actual proper elder. So, I have our first home. I stress it's first home. Right next to our spawn. So we'll crest this hill here. And you can see our very basic digs. Well, first, when we get here, you'll see my tactic that you'll see in quite a few of everything. I don't know if this still holds up, but we dug a trench around the entirety of the area we want to use as home. Yeah. I think it was Tony couldn't jump very much, so I built him a bridge. This was Tony's shack. He kind of went off on his own, did his own thing mostly for a hot minute. Built a bunch of stuff. Not a bad little first shack, I'd say. It gets the job done, which is what your first home is supposed to do. Gavin and I, on the other hand, kind of were silly. Went a little overboard. We'll come outside in a sec. Couple beds. We had another friend join us, so I made him another bed in the corner. Place to cook. You know, all the neat stuff. For a long time before we made our final base here, this kind of was just our catch-all, come home, build everything. You know, I got everything up here. Got the forge and workbench with most of the attachments. Got a hole for my smoke. Same thing in the corner down here. Got a place for my smoke to dissipate. You know, that way we don't, you know, die. Made another entrance. Before we dug our trench, I had this out here so we could, you know, stand up here and defend our base. Yada, yada, yada. Come on down. Ugh. Yet again, just very basic places for us to do everything we need to do to get through. Melt stuff, make coal, bees. I started fermenting at one point before the end of it all. Just a real basic place so I can make some pots. I have happy bees. A little bit of farming we started doing. So we started, you know, we started getting into all of that extra stuff towards the end. Another random workbench. When you play with Gavin, workbenches appear everywhere. Same thing in Minecraft. Crafting tables everywhere. Here's my original. This platform was our original base of portals. So I kind of had a big, you know, this whole thing was lined in them. And when we moved to our new final home, boom. The only one that's remaining is the one to hook up to this place. It was a pretty area. We didn't clear it out. It was just a big natural area. Well, except for that was one of those buried boats. House 1. Memories. Alright. I'll meet you guys at house 2. Yep. Okay. This one. Not necessarily a main base of operation, but you can see here's our original house. We're just a little over here. Mountain Foot Base is what I called it, because there's a mountain here. We had it just because I think it was our first source of copper and things was over here, and it was just too far. We made another base. So Gavin and I came here, right next to a little bit of a mountain, forest. Oh, dead stuff. And we just made a hut. But I think this hut, we were pretty proud of it, because even though it looks very basic, it's like everything just fit very nice. You know, it's about the smallest footprint we could have for the stuff we needed. You know, got a forge in here, got a workbench. It's got pretty much everything we need attached to it. So it was nice. It worked. Sit and stay a while. Listen. Yeah. So while we were over here doing our thing, just getting copper, forging, it works. Built a nice little area back here to sit and do smelt and a bench. So I or Gavin could just smelt and chill. Kind of dug it down and made this little hill up here because, you know, Greylings and other things were being buttholes, especially the bigger ones, the trolls that could throw stuff. They just kept coming up here and they would throw stuff at us. So with this wall, it protected us. So many an hour we sat here. You can see we had a little path going off over that way. We collected things. And I wonder if it's still in here. I made a garage for our cart. It's dumb, but I'm mildly proud of it. But that way we could run off over that way, collect some stuff, throw it in there, wheel it back up. We were good to go. Ah, this game's gorgeous. I do love the fact that the snow falls in a way that this stuff... I wish there was more collecting on top, but it's just neat that the pattern in the snow is the thing above it. So, these were pre-existing things that just kind of inspired us to build here. So, that's house 2. Well, shack 2. Alright, off to number 3. Alright, now we're at house 3, but technically base 2, when we faced the Elder. You can see we didn't have to travel super far, but we had to... I think we basically... I think my original attempt at runs, we just swam across right here, and things didn't go so well. So we boated down, found a nice spot. Worked out. So here's here's where I got a little more serious about base building. Well, this is just cool looking. They did a good job on that. Got another thing. As you can see, another semi-trench, or at least giant wall. We're up high. You know? The whole way around. We just made it so we're up high. This place got a little more dangerous with the fact that there are a bunch of buttholes and they'll try to... We built this so we get across. I don't know why we just didn't finish the trench all the way around. We didn't. It is what it is. Do I have a torch? No, I don't. We gave ourselves a bit more of a quote-unquote island. I am out of wood. Oof. Maybe not my finest moment. Want all the wood. Oh, hello, sir. Who are you? Come here. Really? Alright. Before I was so rudely interrupted. Gotta light some fires for ambiance. We'll craft a torch to have in my hands. Oh, you can go instead of the pickaxe for now. What do you guys think? Alright. That way we can see a bit better. But yes, so they always destroy our front door. I stop building a door. I don't care. Funnels them. So, this is the first time we started doing decorations, shall we say. Yeah, I got this place. This was my first try at really building something, because as you can see, it got real wonky. I remember I think I sat here for an hour trying to get this right because of physics and weight. So if I remember right, that is super red up there. Give it a little more fire. Same type of principle back here. Gavin could sit back here to his heart's content. I cheated a little. You can see the line. It's not in the house, but it's close enough to the forge. It counts. Okay. But yeah, Gavin just sits back here. He was our smith, so he smithed. We did it outside. Yeah. Seriously, are you gonna? Or we're really gonna do this? Please go away. Thanks. Let's go inside. See? Yep. Had a mud room. Originally, I think I had doors here at one point in time. I said, nah, doesn't make sense. So, come in, take your boots off. Fantasy, man. So same kind of principle as the other one, just slightly larger. It's about as much space as I need to fit the things I need to fit. We did a bunch of boxes that have tons of crap in them that we just didn't feel we needed to bring with us. But they're here. If we ever just want to be here or live here. Basically, these places would have like an inch of dust on them. Just, we have not been using them. Yeah, I remember I had some difficulty on this place. They got better because I didn't have this middle fire pit. So I didn't have structures going up that I could use. Once I built these, I think it held together a lot better, a little smoother. So, as you can see, we're getting a little better. We're getting it under control. We're figuring it out. We get our rest bonus up pretty high. Make stuff, cook stuff. It works. This one was kind of where I got proud of myself, and I was like, oh, I can build. Pretty cool. Yep. Stay safe. Oh, I loved it. Yep, there's a swamp that way. Elder Boss was off that way. Not much of a run in case we died or had to go. So much fun. We spent quite a good time here, I think, trying to prepare for that Elder Boss. I think I have that fight up on YouTube. We cheesed the living shit out of it. I don't think the game liked running when we were playing that boss. If I remember right. Alright. Well, that is House 3. Let's mosey on over to House 4? Yeah. Okay. Where are we on? Number 4 now? So here's where we originally started the game. Second base. Base for the Elder. We went all the way down here, which sucked. I remember that to get to the bone mass. You can see this little trail. Bad things happen there. We didn't know about these about the bad things that happen in the whatever those grasslands or the plains. I believe there might still be a boat technically floating right here somewhere. It's not worth my time. Anyways. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. So the next time we came around, and you can see I had to go, might have been an island here, I might have been able to scooch here, I can't remember. Quite a lot of skirting. Skirt. But we made it. And that's the important thing, right? As you can see, I got it's a repeating thing. We're within walking distance each time of said boss. So this one, my portal is in our basement. So you're gonna get to see the opposite this time. We're gonna work our way inside out. I don't remember what this is. I don't know why it's sitting here. Oh, I can't travel with it. So it always just gets thrown down because I remember that too late. But yes, this is my first basement that we built. It's not easy to do basements, as most of you know, just because the digging tool is only so precise. Or at least it used to be. I don't know if it's any better now. I haven't tried. I'll have to try. But back then, it was hard to carve out what you want and then make it so you could put your blocks, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. So, I decided to make our crafting area down in the basement this time. We got a forge with, tools, stone cutter, workbench, same thing. Nothing too crazy. But it was neat. The fact that I could do it. The only thing that always sucks is when you have a fire pit downstairs. You gotta make somewhere for that smoke to go. So, I did. Mosey upstairs. Here's our mudroom entrance. As I had told you, like I said in the last one, the other place was our first foray into decorations. So I started throwing heads up practically everywhere. So, but yeah, once you come in the entrance here, head downstairs if you'd like. More skulls. Otherwise, our Viking meeting hall. This was where we got a little crazy on how much we could cook. This was also a nightmare. Wonder if I can show you from downstairs. Because of the way those have to be built on certain materials. And I didn't know that at first, so I was just trying to make it work. And then, yeah, so. Trial and error, man. Lots of trial and error. Lots of skulls, lots of heads. Another troll. Light it up, baby. There we go. Same thing. Everything funnels up there eventually. God, those trolls are ugly, aren't they? My smokestack from downstairs. Same thing, it just comes up high enough. That way it doesn't just spread around this floor. Heads up and everything goes out there. Same principle as the other place, or same thoughts. This was a nightmare to try and make work for physics and things without having to add too much whatever and use up metal. I didn't want to have metal beam things going on. I got bored one day when Gavin and them weren't on, and I did all this up in the ceiling, or up in the rafters. I think it looks kind of cool. Looks kind of nice. Some places it don't mind. If you don't look at it too closely, you don't notice, it's fine. Don't judge me. I was a beginner. I'd say I still am a beginner. So. I liked this house a lot. It was pretty cool. I think we were here for a good little while just because we weren't... I think we over-prepared for the bone mass fight. We're being big ninnies. I don't even know what all's in half these chests anymore. Bunch of poison-resistant pots. But yeah, I think we moved along and didn't take much of the stuff with us. Which, I mean, why would we? Who cares? So, let's head outside. God, I really liked this area. This area just looked neat. Just imagine having a bunch of your friends. You can all hang out. I did put stone around everywhere. But, you know, here you go. Here's our trench around the whole place. I always tried to make it so it's easy enough for a person to be able to be fleeing something and be able to just make it across and get in. From most angles. I mean, you might have to diverge a smidge. But yeah. That's our main defense. Trolls roll up and all they can do is throw rocks if they want to. Half the time they just get bored and they run away. It's not like 7 Days to Die where they're going to tunnel under us. At least it wasn't. I hope it still isn't. If it is, then we're in trouble. Our strats might not work. This is the same principle as that other base. I needed a wall here because I think they're not far from here. There is a troll spawning fairly frequently. And they would just be dickheads sit there. They'd come over. Same with the Greylings. They would come over there and just sit there and shoot us. And shoot our stuff. So I put up a bit of a wall. That way. When we're sitting there. Forging. Yeah, because I think skeletons would spawn there. They couldn't hit us. Is it as aesthetically pleasing as I'd like? No. Do I care? No. It wasn't the final home. So it only had to be, you know, only so perfect. Same thing as normal. Here's Gavin's spot. You can hang out. Forge. I made him spot so he could be under here without getting rained on. Is it needed? No. Is it cool? Yes. Was it a little more difficult than it should have been? Yes. But that's what we did. So. Another troll head. Not nearly as cool looking as that other one's troll head with the fire underneath. That one was metal. But we didn't do a bridge here. By this time, I believe Tony was no longer playing with us, so we didn't have to worry about him not being able to get across. Game is gorgeous. So yeah, you can kind of see just slightly the difficulty, or not difficulty. I don't even know what word I would use to describe, but our abilities in building and things slightly expand with each one, and also the size of each one. You know, started. The first one was just a hodgepodge of just whatever, just puke it all out, whatever, we'll have fun. Then you saw that tiny air hut, made sense. It was, you know, aesthetically pleasing, but also just worked. And then the next one is a little bit bigger version of that, and then so on. And this one is where I actually started to get a little crazy. You know, none of this is necessary. None of it. But it's cool. So, let's go take a peek at base number 5. This one will be... This is one we used for the final 2 bosses. And we knew it was not going to be our permanent home. So it's not... This one, while cool in some ways, you'll see it was definitely made as a... We know we're going to leave it. So let's go. So here's our final base for the bosses before we make our final home later. You see, this one's a little... It wasn't far from Bone Mass. You know, we actually literally just trekked up right here. And here we are. Do we have balls building in the middle of plains like this? Yes. Alas, we don't have brains. Pick and choose. Not overly far from home either. In reality, with the way our spawn worked and stuff, I'm pretty happy with how close we had bosses and the ones that gave us work. We didn't have to go too terribly far. So, but yeah, this one here, as you can just see, I just threw a name on it, new, for my portal system mostly. This one is neat in some ways, but very basic in others. We knew this place was just going to be... We needed some stuff that was around here. Get built up, get leveled up, whatever. And then to just destroy these 2. Well, actually, we didn't even know the second one was going to be right here. You know, we came here for this dude. And we had some difficulties. But it worked out. And then it just happened to work out. It was like, oh, sweet, dude. The next guy is like, bam. So, I made a longhouse. That's all we have here, really, for an indoor environment. You could cook to your heart's content. And that was kind of our plan and idea, was just so we could just make a ton of meat and whatever and be good. I mean, we always went overboard on storage, but I mean, it was cheap and easy. And also kind of, well, we don't have gold here now. Just went overboard. What else can I say other than went overboard, you know? It was the first place where we had a spinning wheel. What is... Oh, never mind. I know that noise. I was like, what is running over here? But yeah, it was neat. It was my first attempt at kind of a longhouse. This one, geometrically, is probably the one that worked the best. At least from an inside perspective and the way it looked. You know, you got your holes for smoke, whatever. Let's head outside. Close the doors. First summit, or whatever, windmill. And my trench. This was where I first discovered the whole, like, sea level digging thing. where even though I'm over here, there's still water. So you can only dig so far down in most of these areas, even though it wasn't connected. Then I said, screw it, it's connected. And you can see they're not happy. I also don't care. We made these walls to help keep them from coming in. They semi-work. Sometimes, occasionally, we will get a dude in here. And then he'll just throw stuff at our little tiny walls. Is what it is. Here's one of our boats. Just hanging. This is where we abandoned this boat, because now we got the big, huge, that giant longboat or whatever back at base that we used to get to our final day. Alright, dude. Oh. How do I shoot you again? Okay. There we go. Sorry, he was annoying me. But yes. So as you can see, this one's a little... We never spread out very much at any of our bases. It was always a very contained area, but you can see it was always surrounded by a moat at this point. I did enjoy my, I guess you could call it my marketplace. This part I didn't give two craps about for the most part, but then I made this area over here. And it was kind of neat the way I kind of made separate zones for everything. It was easy enough to get into. So, like in here, what the hell? Wire. I don't want. I haven't been playing this game while we've been running around here, and I filled up half my inventory. But anyways, here's the first crafting area. Mostly for cooking is what we were using it for. So I was always cooking stuff in there instead of cooking it on the thing. So, you know, sausages and soups. I forgot I have so much good yum yum over here. I'll have to keep that, log that in the old computer up here. Yeah, I just made a tiny little hut. And this is where you come over for this version of crafting. And same thing here. This version of crafting. Everything's in here. It's full. I'm out of wood. I can't light that. Sorry. But, as you can see, I can access everything I need to this way. Technically, I can jump over here and be like, can I help you, sir? Get out of my shop. It was neat. Keep Kevin a chair with a rug and a place to stay. Out of the rain. That's just your little blacksmith's chair. I don't know why there's just so much trash back here. Sure, one of us threw it all back here. It's whatever. This was also the first place that I tried to do a little bit of... Oh yeah, we experimented with that harpooning and rubber band physics. It kind of worked. Tried raising some boars, but things didn't work out. So we said screw it. Then I started farming a little. Initially, this kind of worked, but then dudes are just assholes. What do you do? So they always come over and they'd shoot stuff, so I blocked it all in. I had a bunch of barley over here. Same thing. Yeah, you see, you hear him? You hear him laughing? Eat something. Just jump up it. I hear them. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. I haven't played this in forever, and I vaguely remember them. See, there he is. Hey. I died. I wasn't paying attention. Let's go get my stuff back. Oh, the blood rage. I hate burlings. That felt pretty good. Anyhow, so back to the tour. As you can see, I was also farming like crazy in this just big old field. So this is where we stepped up our game, I guess you could say, making sure we were fed the best and had everything. Because up till this point, we were just kind of like forcing it instead of playing smart. So, yeah. This was a cool place. We liked it. It was fun. And like normally, you could just be like, cheese it, jump in, whatever. After a while, our jump got ridiculous. We don't care anymore. So, yeah. Not the prettiest place, but it was probably one of the most effective places we had. Just from how easy it was for me to grab, do, make, that whole thing. I hope to improve upon in my final town. But we'll see. Yeah, on to our final home. Okay. We have made it to the end of our journey. Home base. I don't know why we really... Oh, no, I kind of semi-know why we chose it, but I don't know. We were just off sailing, as you can see, over here. Looking around, finding stuff. When it comes down to it, no place was really any better than another. So we found this place up here. See, it's not actually too far from home. Spawn. And as you went forward, when I show you here, what you'll see is that there was like a somewhat of a town already semi-formed here. So we decided to kind of use that as a bit of a blueprint to start building home base. So this is where we're going to continue to build home. We started it, we did some cool stuff, and then we left it. I don't know what more we'll be able to do to it, what will change. I have yet to do anything like this fresh in. I talked to the bird once to learn new crafting, so I don't know what all else we're going to be able to add. But we'll see. You can kind of see it over there already, a little bit. We'll get into the details of the town as we go. First is our portals system. Like I said originally, I had it set up over there. As you see, it's kind of symmetrical. Looks cool. Hopefully, you're not going to need too many more destinations, because I'm out of... That or I'm going to make a second floor. I don't know. I'll figure it out as we go. But for now, it gets us everywhere we need to go. The only place I haven't shown you guys was here. Merch. That's where the merchant's at. So, it's kind of a neat little thing. It's not aesthetically pleasing down below because, things just want to destroy all your neat stuff. Because they're buttheads. But we did some, I did a little bit of touches here and there. Just to kind of help it look cool. Well, I might do some more to it as I go. For now, really? I'm talking to the people. God. So yeah. But before we go over there, I'm going to cut across the fields. Because I can. Oh, world save. Kind of try to do a multi-thing just to make it more difficult for people to get towards there. By people, I mean like Greylings. So. This was an abomination of an experiment. Trying to build something of a lighthouse. I will probably revisit it at another time to try again or improve this one. Oh, there's a save. Mostly because the inside was a nightmare trying to do this. As you can see, nothing lined up completely there. You don't fall through, but they don't look cool. And same thing up here, just nothing lines up perfectly. It's got my OCD like absolutely going bonkers, but whatever. Yet again, another one of those things like at a distance, it looks neat. I don't have any more wood to put in there, but it's a cool idea. I couldn't really start going any higher without any better reinforcements or any of that stuff. But, you know, it was my first try. Okay. We'll look at it from over there. Like I said, it looks a little cooler at a distance. Whee! Put our torch away. Okay. Can't see. So, you can't see that it looks off from a distance. But I definitely want to redo the top so it looks neat. But it was one of those things, kind of started it and then we abandoned it. What do you do? So we'll start at the boathouse, which is how most people would get here. Not a lot here except for a workbench to do repairs. Because you're going to need to do repairs when you roll through. Everything allowed us to clip through just right. I wanted so bad to dig this out. But even just clearing out to here was the biggest nightmare of my life. So I might revisit that a little bit more as tools are better available. But you can roll in here. That's where I put my first portal originally. But yes, so you can roll right in here and park the longboat, and I was pretty happy with the way this turned out and how it looks. It looks nice. It's fairly symmetrical. There's nothing crazy about it. Nothing. I think I should build one of those dragon heads or something to put out the front. But it keeps the boat in a safe spot, and it keeps it in a spot. And it looks nice. This is my attempt at a path. It's difficult. We'll say that. Keep things the same distance. See how narrow this one is. This one's wider here, but as it goes off, eventually it'll narrow to about this one too. This one doesn't go too much of anything yet. This goes off over there, and it's just an alternate route to get it to another entrance to the town. We'll roll up to here. Shiny mushrooms. Pretty bridge. There's nothing cool about it other than just pretty bridge. You can take that up. You can see there's a door to get into the town right there. This has become the beginnings of our smithing area. A lot of places outside here to make some coal and, you know, melt stuff. We had 2 of them going for a while there, so we can go absolutely apeshit. Another place out here to do some workbenching. I think I needed to place more stuff around, but I had, yet again, a lot of the final town right now, it doesn't look as good because a lot of it was the final ideas just before we said bye-bye. So the ideas are here. I'm thinking that I'm going to return and actually try, at least. So this one, we built our forge area in a hill. And made it, you know, kind of an indoor-y, underground, neat thing. Doesn't go very high. Thought about building a really tall furnace out there. We'll see. Or smokestack. Just started making some, like I said, it's just the beginnings of everything and ideas. Symmetry's a little off. I remember that. But it kind of has that, you know, hand carved it out of the side of the hill mountain thing. You know? I think it's neat. Maybe with some of the new materials or new, you know, items you can craft, we can do some... I don't even want to know what just happened. You can do some stuff, we'll see. But for now, you know, it's kind of a... It is what it is. Here's the beginnings. Here's the idea. We can run along the front side of it. I need to get this set up better. This was supposed to be a bit of a path to come up to the other door. But here's the top of the smithing area. I think I'm making that bigger. I don't know. Yes, 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 I know. I'm a big fat boy. I need to eat more food. But... like I said, the path comes along. It's very narrow. Like, it's seriously, it's shoulder width at this point. It's hard. Very close to grasslands and, whatever, furling little... Yeah. I haven't played in a while. Come on. Come here. Oops. I hated it when you first ran into these dudes because they look like little turds, man. They don't look like they should hit like a freaking freight train. But they do. And that's how I lost my first ship. Like I was showing you on the map. But yes, so... I think, if I remember right, Gab's got something fun built out over that way. Just kind of being weird. We tried to force stuff to not be able to spawn very near us. So you can see that's why we did this. Oh, Christ. Those guys don't care. They just don't care. I'd rather have that. Anyways. So yes, when we first got here, this was kind of the side of a hill where there were some huts and stuff made. So I just took it and worked on it from there. Pretty much destroyed most of them. Except for this one. You know, I reinforced it, but here's the original. I was going to give this to Tony if he ever just came back. So this would be his home to do with as he pleased. But he never came back. He doesn't love us. And then the actual, I guess you could say, village? Town? As we've started. We'll go inside them in a moment, but we were initially thinking each one of these would have a purpose. This is going to be our mess hall kitchen. You know, made a couple of these things. I'll put one of those cauldrons or whatever on one of them too. And you just, we'll cook in here. There's food. This one, I think we just set it up here so I had this near at certain points. The fact that you need to have a workbench near you to build or do anything is just really annoying. Just gonna leave it at that. But we tried to start making some of them overlap each other. There's some in each of the houses. This is our longhouse. That's kind of the center of town. It looks neat. We tried to do some stuff. We'll try some more as we'll see what kind of new materials. Here's Gavin's house. See? Got a name on here. Initially, I built a little tiny shack-ish thing, a little bigger than these for both of us. And, you know, I told him have fun. Build it bigger, build it more, do whatever. I think originally it was like a 1-story, 2-story, something like that. But so everything on the outside here, he kind of did. He added these. I don't care if he wouldn't want you to see it. I'm bringing you inside. He can cook up the storm if he wants to in here now. Storage. Bed downstairs. This was funny that he didn't finish it so you can get down. He can get up to his second floor. Some crafting. Got a nice little patio. Yeah. Cool looking, right? Made a couple huts here that there's nothing other than if friends had joined. Or you got a couple spots for them. You know? It could happen. And here's my abomination of a home. It looks weird from the one side because of this thing. That's because I built a giant patio out there and needed 2 portions to that. I need a structure for my patio. And then also, it gets the smoke away from the house. So, I know aesthetically not as pleasing as, like, say, this side. But it needed to happen. You can see I've got just a little... I don't have the big, huge fire pit like Gavin does, but I got my cooking stations on 2 of them because I don't need to be cooking in here as much because we're going to have a mess hall. Seating. I hung this as a divider for my bedroom. It's whatever. And I tried to do a set of stairs, and it did the same thing as his, a little bit. So you gotta do a little jump right there. Nothing you can do. I will address that situation someday. Didn't do anything with this floor, but it's a floor that you can actually use. We have a crafting station, or workbenches. So between his, mine, and that one there, it's like the vast majority of this area is covered in workability zones. See, same thing. So, yeah, again, haven't done anything to make it so I can work up here yet, but I can come out here. And so that's what I said. I like the idea that I can just come out here and breathe in the smoke. That's what I said. I was trying to figure out how to do that. I might have to build out another awning or whatever, but you know, here's what it is. We have one last place that I want to show you guys. Gavin started it, and I hope he finishes it someday. Can I jump over this? I'd really like to just jump over it. I don't want to go around. Alright. We're going around. I haven't built a road to this. I haven't built him a door. Should. And I will eventually. Oh, you need to die. Get away from me. No! Thank you. Hello. There's a rune stone there. I don't know if that was there originally or not. I don't remember. We're not going to read it now. Here's Gavin's little, church, shall we say. I think he was going to start a cult. It started. We were getting there. I hope we eventually do more with it. Because the idea is kind of neat. Hello, everybody. No, I hear you. You little bastard. God, I hate those things. So yeah. Eventually a cult. We'll name it. We'll add people. It'll be fun. So to round out my entire tour, I'll show you our home. Like, from a distance, it seems cool. Everything's nice. This is pretty. I love it all. You just come on in. There's our longhouse. Do I have any wood? Go check, see if I have any wood. I gotta have some wood somewhere. I'm gonna go steal it from Gavin. We don't have a lot of wood. Oh. Trade ya. Alright, I need to do one thing before I show you guys in here. So, a little bit of a time warp. Alright, we're back. Preparations are finished. The final longhouse. It is time to show you where two kings ruled. As you can see, it's cool. Whatever they did since I last played, it actually runs. When I originally jumped into this, or when we built this room ran like butt. So, now that it runs nice, we can sit here and listen to our citizens' pleas and requests upon that rug. Determine if we need to murder them. Those locks look evil as hell when you adjust their heads. So, that's it. That's where I'm at. We abandoned this world, and I'd like to return to it and continue. So, we'll have to go on some adventures, find the Mistlands, destroy things, harvest other things, make some more cool things. Yeah, exciting. Let me know in the comments if you're curious and want to see more of my adventures in Valheim, or if you want an update later on after we do find new stuff to build, and if we continue going further with this, or heaven forbid, I just abandon this town and make a new one. I could be petty, and it might happen. Maybe. So, leave a like on the video. Be very much appreciated. Helps me out a ton. And also subscribe to the channel. That way you can return when I do drop another video. Otherwise, until that time, Thanks for hanging out.